Okay, so I was gonna go live a lot later than usual, because I thought something was coming up, but turns out I was misinformed. So we'll be going live with, well, the next game in the lineup for the marathon. Sonic Advance. Let me just double check some things. You might recognize this from the trailer. Or something similar. I made a few improvisations. Now, I was going to do this game after Sonic Adventure 2 because this came out after, but I feel like this game is incredibly Sonic Adventure coded. Like, SA1 coded. So I thought, I'll tackle it now, especially after that sort of thing with the capture card last week. So yeah, Sonic Advance. A game I have a lot of memories of. So we got a choice of 4 different characters. Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. And we're gonna go in order. Start off with Sonic. So. Oh, hey there, David. Oh, hold on. Is that the live chat? Yep. So Sonic is like the somersault from SA2, but... yes, he has the shield. He has a jump dash. Really awkward to pull off, though. So the plan I have at the moment is to play through the base game as Sonic, Knuckles, and Amy, but I'll use Tails to get all the emeralds. Since he's more, well fit for level navigation and stuff, so... yeah, this also has A1 coded because... if I do this correctly. I don't know how to grind rails in this game, but it's incredibly awkward, and only Sonic and Amy can do it. This fucking matters too much. No, there's actually a way to get up there, but... it's really awkward to do. Oh, hold up. Man, you played this game last year. This game gets really hard later. Yeah? I've played this game. Oh, hold up. Let me just... pause the, thing. There we go. I really need to lock this down again. I only locked it down for, like, one of my things. There we go. That's much better. Alright. I'll focus on getting all the special stages as Tails. This is just going to be a casual run-through with Sonic, Knuckles, and Amy. What am I playing this on? I'm playing this on Visual Boy Advance. So yeah, I'm playing this on an emulator. I just have a visual filter on it. Same thing I used to play the Crash and Spyro GBA games last year. And the Metroid ones. Basically, if I'm playing a Game Boy Advance game, just assume I'm playing it on an emulator. Unless there's a collection for it, in which I'm playing it on that. Like with the Castlevania games, or Mega Man. I haven't played Advance 2 yet. Advance 2's quite the enigma to me, right? I think it's a pretty great game when you're not trying to get all the emeralds. When you start getting all the emeralds in the game, that's when the game starts to feel slapped together, if that makes sense. Like, you're expected to... I'll explain more when I get around to Advance 2 in 2 weeks' time. I like this little detail. You can actually run on top of the treetops if you take the top path. And we're at the end of the level. Yeah, that was red rings, yeah. SP rings, but yeah. So much so that at the moment, my current plan is to just play through the game casually as every character except for Sonic, since he's the only one you need to worry about getting all the emeralds as to get to the true Area 53. Also the fact that they lock Amy behind doing it as every other character. Ow. There we go. The Egg Hammer Tank Mark 1, I believe it's called. Funny, you didn't remember this part. I like doing that. Just... It doesn't kill you or anything. It just knocks you back. Then we got for Act 2 of Neo Green Hill Zone. Which is basically just Emerald Coast, but with a different name. Now I move on to Secret Base. Whose secret base this is, I don't know. I'm guessing Eggman's. Yeah, this is a game I remember having a lot of nostalgic memories with. Then again, I have nostalgic memories with all of them. Probably, it's funny, because Advance 3 was the last one I actually got. Oh, Ultimate Flash Sonic, I remember that. That was I think that was actually my first exposure to, the Advance games. But for some reason they had... Oh, it was incredibly inspired by, like, Advance 2, right? But they had Angel Island Act 2 from Sonic 3 playing in the background of the level. The first exposure... My first exposure to Sonic was, like... I think it was a combination of things, really, like... Sonic X airing on a... Over here it was Jetix. Not, 4Kids. But it was the 4Kids dub of Sonic X. Then, like, Sonic 06 was actually my first proper game, I know. That's such a random... That is such a bad start. I forgot about these pufferfish enemies. Yeah, Sonic 06 was my first proper Sonic game. And then I kind of just occasionally dipped my toes into the other handheld Sonic games like the Advance. At the time, I only had the Advance Duology. I later get Advance 3. Also, Rush Adventure. Like, 06 and the Advance games were my childhood. 06, the Advance games, and the Rush games. So yeah, the plan is 4 playthroughs of this game. Since I did all the stories in Sonic Adventure, plus to get to the final boss, you not only need to get all the emeralds, which thankfully in this game are shared between all the characters, like it should be. We also need to beat the game as all 4 characters as well. What's another coming attack there? I didn't know about the jump dash until like, a lot later. Until I saw a whole bunch of speedrun videos demolishing bosses in Sonic Advance 2, and then I found out, oh, turns out it was in this game as well. Like, seriously, just tool-assisted speedrun videos are crazy. Granted, I'm gonna need to replay the final zone as Sonic anyway. Well, the final zone we'll get to, but... For now, we're just gonna do a casual run-through of Sonic Advance, and then we'll start worrying about the emeralds. Hey there, Jack Graco? Jack, Graco? 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 Well, I'll just call you Jack. Welcome to the stream, Jack. Your first exposure to Metroid was Super Smash Bros. 4 on the Wii U. I then played Super Metroid and Metroid NES on the Wii U Virtual Console. My first exposure was actually... Yeah, my first exposure to Samus was, Super Smash Flash? Well, the Smash Bros. Games and also Super Smash Flash, which was my first actual Smash game. Which is funny because Samus in that game uses sprites of the SAX from Fusion, which isn't technically Samus, but it kind of is. I just find that funny. I don't know why. I think this is called the Egg Press? Easy fight. Yeah, Sonic Advance isn't that long. It's like... I want to say it's about 6 zones long? Yeah, that's Secret Base. We did that in 5 minutes. Casino Paradise Zone. Also, I think it's Tatsuyuki Maeda? The guy who did the soundtrack to this game? Seriously. Like, I know it's kind of a hard thing for me to talk about with the Sonic soundtrack and all that because, like, so many of the games have such a good soundtrack. But the Advanced Trilogy as a whole is probably my top 5. Have I played the original Metroid? It's a bit rough, but it's good if you just take your time exploring for items. I'm getting 100% for the first time with drawing a map. I have actually played the original Metroid, Marcos. I have an archive of the VOD, back in November. Unfortunately, the VOD has no sound because it was my first time really experimenting with, like, I was trying to work out what was causing, like, an audio echoing issue with, reactions and stuff. Which, thankfully, if the recent reaction to the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase, like, last Thursday, is anything to go by, I fixed it. But back then, I was still trying to figure it out. And I didn't realize I had my desktop audio muted, which was what the audio was coming from. Then I tried then I realized, okay, desktop audio, let's try that again. And then I played Zero Mission, and realized the audio was getting desynced. Like, the audio was eventually lagging about 3 seconds behind the gameplay. And then eventually I found out that Streamlabs has this feature that was in beta at the time called Game Capture, which is what I used for Metroid 2, Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, X-Fusion, and that's it, really, because that X-Fusion was the last game I emulated. Until... Have I played Knuckles Chaotix for the 32X? I enjoyed it when I played it last year, but didn't get the good ending. I've not fully played Knuckles Chaotix. It's the one Sonic game I've not actually played fully. Well, I say one. I've played multiple Sonic games. There's multiple Sonic games I've not actually fully beaten. Most of them... I think I've actually played every single one of the modern ones. It's only really a handful of the classic ones I've not beaten. Then again, there's a whole bunch of the modern ones I haven't beaten, and I think the first time I'm going to be beating them is going to be through this marathon. Both Part 1 and Part 2. Mainly Part 1, though. Alright, Casino Paradise Act 2. Yeah, this game's kind of a... Granted, I feel like the best idea would have been to play Sonic Pocket Adventure first, because that's like Sonic Adventure 0. Technically. Or, I guess you could call it Diet Sonic 2. You know, Sonic Too Late. But, like, Sonic Advance, I mean, people consider this game the... Thing is, like, there's lots of debate in the franchise, lots of debates in the fandom about whether or not you consider this game Sonic Advance 4, but not Sonic Advance 4, just Sonic 4. I'd be inclined to agree, like, this is the most Sonic Advance... This is the most Sonic 4 feeling Sonic 4, if that makes sense. As for whether I'll actually be covering Sonic 4 in the future, well, time will tell. But now, let's just chill out with Sonic Advance. Wow, that level was short. We're already at the boss fight. We're already at the boss fight. The Egg Bowl, I think it's called. I like the music. I like the boss theme in this game. Okay, so now we're going faster. Got it! Here it's backwards. I've completed all the mainline classic games and not done much with modern Sonic, Black Knight, Colors Only. So the latter games, yeah. I've beaten all of the, what's it? I've beaten the main ones in Origins. I've beaten Mania on my own. Superstars. It's mainly just a sort of, not necessarily mainline. It's only like the handheld stuff I've not really dabbled in too much. Anyway, we're in Ice Mountain Zone. The ice level, as well, has the only 3D Sonic game should be in RSA 1, Dreamcast, SN2B, Secret Rings, and Shadow of 5. Huh. So this level's kind of like Aquatic Ruin in terms of its like level design and all that. If you're skilled enough, you can beat this level without even touching the water. Really. Also, we're back to the standard green shields and stuff instead of the usual multi-elemental shields and stuff. Okay, it wants me to roll. Oh no. Sonic, get to the spring! Oh my god, that was close! At least you got to hear the entire drowning jingle, I guess. Yeah, this Yeah, I see there's a path up top, but I had a hard time with this level. You'd have a lot easier of a time in this level with the likes of Tails and Knuckles. Because Knuckles has the ability to float in this game. You'll see. Like, he can float on the top of water. I think there are some required instances of going in the water, but most of the time it's completely optional. I really like the music, though. It's the next zone up that I'm probably going to have a lot of trouble with. Get myself an extra life. There we go. Ice Mountain Act 1 completed. Ice Mountain Act 2. Also, there's a State of Play, a PlayStation State of Play happening on February 12th. I'm not going to be able to react to that because in my time zone, it's going to be much later. Okay, never mind. I can't really go with that much. Alright. I guess we're taking a dip. I played all the classic Sonic games with Free and K, but genuinely love more than most video games in general played. It's just so well designed for 99 free Genesis. Yeah. The classic Sonic games are something else, man. Though, whether or not you consider this classic is, well, I consider it hybrid, if that makes sense. Like, you know, there's the classics, the Dreamcasts, and the modern. This is like a Dreamcast era, or Adventure era, I guess you could call it. And the Adventure era, I say, kind of fizzled out with Sonic 06. Or at the very least, Sonic 06 was like a transitionary game. Advances of Classic, it's more Adventure era. Yeah. And we're at the boss fight. And of every character in this game, Sonic's probably gonna have the trouble with this one the most. See, the gimmick here is you're supposed to jump on icicles. Yeah, because Knuckles can float, he has a much easier time with this fight. No, come on. I'm dead. Wait, there's a drowning sound effect? I forgot this game had a drowning sound effect. Alright, time for the boss again, because I drowned. Yes! No! I died and I won at the same time! What? I died and I won! What? I tried jumping out of the water and I failed! That was Crash 4, by the way. It went... Okay, so far, when I tried it initially, I kind of stopped for a bit because my capture card was starting to get a bit... I made a post about it on my community tab. I stopped because the capture card was glitching. Like, it just kept cutting out. I think I had too much plugged into the laptop. I got about 4 levels in, if you're wondering. I got 2 insanely perfect relics, but I'm gonna start from scratch. Just, I didn't get much progress done, if that makes sense. So my plan is, I'm gonna just start from the beginning. And now we come to Angel Island Zone, not to be confused with the level from Sonic 3. Yeah, my plan is to start that maybe after SA2 next week. Wow, that just sent me all the way back to the beginning. Also, they call this Angel Island, but it looks more like Sky Sanctuary. So yeah, Crash 4 will hopefully resume next Thursday. It won't be this Thursday because of II and Monkey Ball. II from Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble getting added to Cross Worlds. Hello there, Hannes World. There we go. Hi! Welcome to the stream, Hannes World. Alright, wait for this to go around like this. They really like the Sonic 1 music in this game. Wow. Six, 7. Yeah, banned. Just kidding. Wait, these things are just straight out of Casino Paradise. I see. 21. They're just naming meme numbers. Speed shoes? I'll take that. Right up the steps. Imagine if I just run into a special stage. Just trying to look for... Oh, there we go! Yeah, Sonic can grind rails in this game. I never knew how to do it until now, though. You gotta hold the jump button and then just... Yeah, let's take the top route. Get myself an extra life just to make up for the ones I lost in the prior level. And we're at the level. We're the end of Angel Island. Alright. On to Angel Island Act 2. And immediately we're thrust into a situation where, yeah. If you just held right, you'd die. Like, you'd fall into the pit below. Remember, this is a DIMP Sonic game, and they like their bottomless pits. Oh yeah, DIMPs. This is the first game they actually developed. Well, the first Sonic... Oh no, this is the second Sonic game they developed. The first one they did was Pocket Adventure. As I said, that's why I liken that game to Sonic Advance Zero, because that's what it feels like. I believe it was made up of SNK employees? Like the guys behind Fatal Fury. I think this game was actually released for this, or at the very least, it's some sort of anniversary celebration. Granted, Sonic Adventure 2 was, more so. Don't fall for it this time. Alright then, so... Yeah, that Mega Mix Mania stream was more so just a random thing I decided to do. You know, it was a new, it recently came out, and, I thought it'd be cool to actually cover it, you know? Yeah, I should be able to look down, yeah. Good thing I did, because that feeling down there is just a bottomless pit. I'm trying to be careful. It just takes me back up here. Oh, there's a lower path here. Okay, I thought there was a pit down here. Alright, 154 rings, not bad. Hello, Knuckles. You're looking different. Oh, you're looking definitely different now! What, you're launching missiles now? Okay. Alright. Angel Island is done with. Huh. We're almost done with Sonic's story. Not bad. Yeah, Sonic Advance isn't that long. None of them are, really. Alright, onto the Egg Rocket Zone. Also known as the Technicality. Because this is technically only a single act zone. I say technically. But by a definition, it's technically just the first act of a larger zone. You'll see why. Anyway, the main gimmick here is that we've got a time limit. We've got to get to the top of the current section. We gotta get to the top of the section before the timer reaches 0. Think of it kind of like a multi-stage Metroid escape sequence. I guess. I don't think I've ever actually been in this level before. I almost thought I was gonna fall then. Yeah, this level's quite perilous. You have more than enough time to get up there. I also really like the music here. I just dropped an entire monitor on my, not on my head, but you know. I'm probably gonna run out of time. Okay, there is a magnet shield, but it just attracts rings. we go. And that's section 1 done. Yeah, 5 minutes every single time. So now we're in section 2. We got 5 minutes. Thankfully, there's multiple routes to the top. I need to jump as soon as I reach the bottom. Back to 8 lives again. I'm spending a lot of time in this level. Alright, that's section 2 done. On to section 3, the final section of Egg Rocket Zone. Now we're in space! Oh, and now we got gravity shifting! Thankfully those spikes don't actually damage you or anything. Let's look up. There are rings up there, but I don't think I can get up there. Okay, made it. Oh, fans. Egg Rocket is done with. And we move on to Egg Rocket Act 2, except it's not Egg Rocket Act 2, it's Cosmic Angel Act 2. Implying the existence of a Cosmic Angel Act 1, which would have been Egg Rocket. Because there's only 6 acts in this game, they elected to just make this a separate zone entirely just for the purposes of having multiple emeralds. Having the usual 7 emeralds. So you get a different emerald in this than you do in Egg Rocket. You can tell from the music, it's just basically Egg Rocket again. With Fred Fruit and Needle, there we go. I guess we're not going that way. Granted, I'm not going to need to worry about... There we go. Multiple random ring amounts. And I lost all of them immediately. Life counter only goes up to 9 anyway, so it's not like it matters too much. Unless extra lives also count as a... You know... They count past 9. Yeah, this game loves its screen-crunched, like, object placement. Now we come to the boss fight. I think it's called the X-Snake? You gotta flip it over. There we go, first try. And now we chase after him into the final zone of the game. X-Zone! Wait, what's this? Is this just like... Oh, he's smart to actually turn off his invincibility frames this time! And you only have to deal 4 hits to him this time, though. Yeah, it's just like Sonic 1's first boss. Now we have Sonic 2! Sonic 2's first boss, the Egg-Drill Tank. Alright, what we got next? The Hotmobile from Sonic 3? No, we haven't. We have the Egg-X. I don't know what really to do here, just... I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. Yeah, I was gonna die anyway, so might as well just die there. Alright, let's do it again. First hit. Wow, he's just gonna keep doing that, okay. Alright, so we got the hand. Hand again. And I died again. Okay, so lives do go up past 9. They just don't get shown on the actual lives counter. Alright, let's... Alright, so we're starting with the hand. We're just gonna start with the hand again. Oh, I need to duck for that. I was expecting it to fire high, but okay. Alright, so what's his first attack? He's just gonna charge, right. And I'm pausing, but... easiest way I can anticipate, Alright, so we're doing the hand. Is it just random every single time he does it? Okay, so he's doing the hand again. There's no change in the angle for the cannon when he does that attack, so I can't tell if he's gonna go high or low. I want to preferably have him do the hand attack every time. As that's the easiest attack to dodge besides from him ramming. I think one more hit should do it. Alright, so we're gonna do the hand attack. Not quite. Alright, we're doing the hand. Yes! There we go! Sonic's campaign is defeated. It's completed. Sonic got through final. That's the first time I've done that. I've only ever beaten this game as Tails. And so we fall from the X zone. Intercepted by the tornado. Just like Sonic 2. And there's Flickies. Or just birds, I guess. Nice sprite-based start there. Congratulations! Thank you for playing. So that's Sonic's campaign, but I'm gonna skip the credits just because, well, you know. Can I skip the credits or can I not skip the credits? Can I fast forward? I'm gonna go turbo mode just to fast forward through the credits. Hey, go collect all the Chaos Emeralds. Did it turn off the sound? No, it didn't. It's just quiet naturally. Alright, Sonic's campaign is done. So, how's about we go through Tails' campaign next? It's more of the same, just we're playing as Tails this time. Now, let me just... need to find an actual, like, good, like, map for... Yep, there's only the one special stage spring in this first level. So let's go over Tails then. He's got the usual moveset. He has a tail swipe. Kinda like an adventure. He's gonna be the main character I get all the emeralds as because of his verticality. Hold on. I might even launch... There we go. Yeah, he's gonna be the character I use for the Chaos Emeralds, since he's more vertical. And I'm probably gonna need to replay a whole bunch of special stages and all that. Because, let's just say the special stages in this game aren't exactly the greatest. Which way was it? Okay, it was to this way. There it is. Special stage number 1. Welcome to the special stage. I don't know why we're on a snowboard for this, but... I don't know why we're on a snowboard? Or a surfboard? But I guess we are. Depth perception's a bit awkward. I got past the first section at least. I haven't done that before. Get 120 rings, so I got 50 more rings to collect. Ciao! I missed it. Did I just barely do it? Oh my god, I just barely did that. I got an emerald! Nice! I haven't done that before! Tails got a Chaos Emerald. I even got a little continue. Granted, continues don't really matter too much in this game, considering the fact that, well, when you game over, you don't lose any progress if you game over, you just get booted back to the beginning of the level. Which is just like what a continue does. Alright, Neo Green Hill Act 2. I'm gonna need to find a map for the other levels as well, because I have no idea where the rest of the special stage springs are. Thank God there's VG Maps DE. Is there a special stage spring here? That's an extra life monitor. Okay. There is no special stage spring on either path, right? I'm not seeing things. Nope, there is no special stage spring in this level. Apologies for the constant pausing. I'm just cross-referencing my information. As I said, Tails is my, Emerald Hunter. I'd say Knuckles would be, but he's kind of terrible at doing that. Since, well, he glides around and all that instead of flying around. But yeah, besides from that, Tails' campaign is basically just the same as everybody else's. Also, shoutouts to Sonic Advance Revamped, which is, I think, is officially acknowledged by Sega, actually. Alright, so, main plan is go through Sonic and Tails' stories today. Simple enough fight. Tails go through Act 2. Alright, Secret Base Zone. Time to consult a map. Special Spring is in the top parts of the level, I think. Or it could not be. Is it lower down? Is it in Act 2? Looks like it's in Act 2. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think it's in Act 2, yeah. One, two, three, two. Sorry, I'm just cross-referencing with a map just to see where these special springs are. Since I'm gonna be getting all the emeralds as Tails, since he's probably the best character for the job, Knuckles is second best. Amy's third best, Sonic's the worst. In terms of emerald hunting, I mean, in this game. And in Sonic Advance 2, it doesn't matter. Because, well, you know, you need to get the emeralds as all the characters anyway, if you want to get everything in the game. Which I'm not doing. I'm just gonna go and get the final level. Which all you need to do is get all the emeralds as Sonic, and beat the game as every other character as well. That's all you need to do. So I might actually do Sonic Advance 2 a little differently. I might... Because you unlock characters as you go in that game. So I might play the first few levels as... Might play the first level of Sonic, then switch to, well, the next the character you unlock in Leaf Forest. Then complete her story. At least it'll give me a bit of a break from, well, emerald hunting in Sonic Advance 2, which isn't exactly fun. Yeah, emerald hunting in Sonic Advance 2 ain't exactly fun. And I'm gonna be doing it. I might get all the emeralds as older characters in the future, but that'll be coming a lot later in play. Oh, right. We're in Secret Base Act 2. Let's check the map. I think if I remember rightly, I need to take a very particular path to get to it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's in the uppermost part of the level. So just focus on going up. Hold on, let me just put this in focus so I have a better chance of seeing. If I fail to get this, I'm just gonna restart the level. Since if I lose, I'm just gonna have to... I can't access the special stage unless I restart the level. Thankfully, it's not too bad here, because the emerald's not too far away from the end of the level. They're not too far away from the start. Alright, I need to get to the loop. Okay, hold on. Let me just get my bearings real quick. Where am I in terms of... Okay, I'm getting closer. Take the top path. This section. Alright. I've been subscribed to Unite 2. Oh! Thanks for subbing, Hannes World. And here we have special stage number 2. More fun. Get 70 rings. Yeah, if I don't get the emerald, I'm just gonna restart. Depth perception isn't exactly the greatest in a 2D space. So I just occasionally just opt to... Nice technique! You'd like to attend her what? Cool! I failed that?! I haven't failed the special stage now. I haven't failed the special stage, though. Like that. It's gonna be a lot more of a pain when I get around to, later subscription. Not later subscriptions, later levels. Later special stages. Because I'm gonna need to take a very particular path to even get to them. Anyways, second Chaos Emerald. The most I've ever gotten in this game. Now we're back to Secret Base. Now we can just finish the level like normal. There's normally like one special spring per zone, and each one is typically at the highest point of the level. There might be a few exceptions here and there, but normally it's just at the beginning of the it's normally at the top of the level. So again, I'm just gonna have to look it up and just find out where each of the special springs are. Alright. Egg Press again. Yeah, Tails only has a tail swipe, not a tail spin. Like he does in Sonic Adventure. Or like he later gets in Sonic Adventure. But it's basically a 2D recreation of his moveset in Adventure. I think I can just say that for all the characters in this game. Hold on. I might actually look this up on my phone. Alright, let's see. Special stage, spring, locations. Oh, never mind! There's no special stage spring in Egg Rocket, so instead they just gave Ice Mountain 2 special stages? You can just get them in any order you want, but anyway, Casino Paradise Act 1 has a special stage spring, so... If I miss it, I'm just gonna restart the level. It's gonna be pretty high up, right? It's gonna be on the top half. I see it. Okay. So basically just take the top path and just hope for the best, right? Yeah, just keep taking the top path and then just follow down and round. Alright. You like Sonic, wow. So do I. Wait, I said top path! What am I doing? I can at least get out of this situation. I'd say at least I can get out of this situation. Pinball. Weave in and out. Just follow the top path. Wait, hold on. The two things down here, which will lead me down here, which is where here. This is where it is, so... If I just take this path, I'll eventually make my way back up and around to a section here. And the special stage spring is nearby. I believe it is on this platform right here. So not quite as much of a backtrack to get back here, but it's quite a backtrack. Alright, get 80 rings. I failed that?! And that's our first special stage failure. Ah! I'm gonna restart the level and I'm gonna try and get it again. So now this is the part where I reset the game. And we go back in and try it again. It should have saved. Yeah. Down to Zone 3 Act 1. Down to 2 lives again, but that doesn't really matter too much. It doesn't take us too long to get back to where we need to go anyway. Alright, back to the third special stage. I failed that again. Oh, just barely did it! That's the first stage, or the first section. What? And I failed right at the end. Reset. This is gonna get a real pain when I get around to the likes of Cosmic Angel. Picked the wrong level. Alright, Casino Paradise again. I could have just done that from the beginning. See, it only takes about 45 seconds to get back to the level. Maybe about a minute total. Spinning gives me a lot more, like, increases my ring hitbox, so that's why I keep doing that. Okay, 96. We got a bit of a head start this time. I failed it again. What is... Do I need to press it before I hit it? Got a Chow, which I think gives me a continue. Alright, there we go. Third tries the charm. And that gives us the yellow emerald. Yeah, let's got a Chaos Emerald. 3 down, 7 to go. Oh, 7 to go, 4 to go. I'm gonna continue. Again, continues are kind of pointless. I think this is the only way you can get continues in this game. Got an extra life to make up for the ones I lost when trying to get back here. Alright, I'm gonna get to the end of Casino Paradise and I'm gonna go on midstream break. Another one. Tails got through Act 1. Alright. There's no special stage spring here, but I'm going on midstream break, so I'll see you guys momentarily. Alright, we're back. We've got no special stage to worry about here. Let's just go for a casual. Can I go up here? Actually, hold on. I think I might actually remember where I put it. Here it is. I forgot to change it earlier. That's the GBA variation of my profile. GBA version of the avatar. Probably could have done with doing this earlier. Alright, time for the boss fight. Simple enough. Alright then, so... I'm just trying to find the special stage spring in Act 2 first, because... Is it not in Act 2? Oh, there it is. I see it. So just stay to the top path in that one. Alright, so what about Act 1? Oh. It's not too far from the beginning. Apologies for the slight audio echoing effect. Does that when it's idle for a while. Okay, where is this in terms of the level layout? Giant ice wall after... Okay, so it's nearby. Got it. About a minute to get here, but that's fine, as long as we made it. Special stage 4. Ow. Nice technique, and I messed that up badly. Yep, know it. Refresh, or reset the game. Okay, so 40 seconds. Not too long to get back here. Okay, so as soon as the sound effect plays, I need to actually... Okay, that's the reset. Every single time I reset, I've got to go through the entire intro again. understand it. "36 seconds. I'm getting faster. I could probably do it in 30 seconds if I knew what I was doing perfectly. I missed time. That's gonna be a reset. Is there a button map to execute turbo mode? No, there isn't. Just gotta do this every single time every single time. Yeah, 30 seconds. It takes about 30 seconds to get back here, so it's not too much of a loss. I just need to remember exactly what it is I need to do. Bottom. Right. Left. Hit the spring. Nice technique. I have a bit of a cushion at least. Oh, just barely. I almost lost that. I gotta get 160 though. I missed it. Reset. Try this again. Am I trying to get all emeralds in the moon zone? Yes, I am actually, Ryan. I'm doing this as Tails. Yeah, about 30 seconds to get back here. Alright. First section done. Yeah, this is a failed attempt. I'm not getting enough from this. Does it want me to, like, avoid the last one and just make sure I go right or something? Or activate the speed boost thing that puts me back in the middle? .3002. Just make it a speedrun category at this point. I think the problem with these special stages is the fact that it's a 2D game trying to emulate a 3D game, and that kind of results in a whole bunch of depth perception issues. Like, where do I go to get these rings? Alright, 87. Going into the next section. No, don't. Oh, yes! One ring! One ring! That's all I was missing. Well, not missing, but that's all I needed. One ring of wiggle room. I finally got that damn fourth Chaos Emerald. Now I can just finish Ice Mountain Act 1 normally. Because I won't need to worry about getting the next special stage until Ice Mountain Act 2. Alright, get bubble. Get the checkpoint. Can I get up here? Probably could have got the extra life from down there, but... you know. Alright. Ice Mountain Act 2 map. I can just follow the top route and I'll get to it. It's just... yeah, it's just the top route I need to follow. And I can get to it. Alright, down here. Yeah, for some reason this is like the only stage in the game that actually has 2 special stage things. Nice technique. Up to 104. Am I gonna get this done in less attempts than Emerald 4? Not enough rings, reset. Thankfully, like I said, it saves you a current zone progress, so you don't have to redo Act 1 again. About 40 seconds to get back. I almost first tried it, so maybe this will be better. One.
108. 72 more rings, and that's it. Oh, right, I forgot. This one pulls a cheap one on you. I did it! Second try. I forgot to say it earlier, though, Brian. Welcome to the stream. I didn't say it earlier because I was answering the question. The only thing is you don't retain your lives when you restart your game. So I've got 3 lives to attempt to beat the boss fight of this level, and that's gonna be a pain. At least I'm playing as Tails, who probably has the easiest one of the easiest times with this boss fight. Can he actually just fly up and damage, or does he actually have to do it normally? Okay, that just damages him. There we go, first try. We don't have to come back here as Tails again. Alright, Angel Island Zone Act 1 we can just do normally, but for now I'm gonna reset. Just to show you guys something. Because the next emeralds we're going to need to get is in Angel Island Act 2. And then there's one in Cosmic Angel Act 2. Well, Cosmic Angel, I guess. So if I boot up as Sonic, for instance. I don't know if there's actually a way to track which emeralds he's got. But if I get all the emeralds as Tails, it doesn't matter if I get it. I don't need to get them as any other character. I can just... They share emeralds in this game. So because of that, I don't need to worry. Once I've got them, it's backed for good. None of this, I have to do it like 3 times or something to even... None of this, I need to do it 3 times, otherwise, I need to do it as every single character to get all the emeralds, like it is in Advance 2. I am not looking forward to that, and as I said, I'm just gonna get it as Sonic, and that's it. Let me just double check the thing again to see if I'm right on this. Is it only, okay, let's see.
It's Act 2. Yeah, it's in Act 2. So... matter of trying to find if... I'll save that for when I'm done with this level. Alright, up we go. Thankfully, the Knuckles and Amy playthroughs are going to be a lot more casual. Okay, there's nothing up there. Go. Alright. That's just the end of the level anyway. Alright, time to look for the, spring. Okay, let's see. Where is the spring? It is... That's the cloud section at the beginning. That's the end of the level, so it's not going to be at the end of the level. It's... Okay, so it's just that. Alright. So basically just try and stick to the top half. As much as I can.
I've got quite a distance to go if I fail this, so... Let's get up there. I got crushed. I almost got crushed. Up there. Can I even make it back up again? Let's hope I first try this. Let's hope I first try this. Alright, 103 going into the section 2. I failed this. Knew it. I was so close to first trying that. Had I not got hit, I probably would have done it. And now I gotta make my way all the way back there again. What am I doing? Why am I going the bottom route? so... Hit the checkpoint. There's nothing now, right? I guess we're gonna go this way anyway. Should be a ramp upwards now. We can get there in about 2 minutes 30. Alright, attempt 2. Let's do it. Loaded in 6, going into this section, which means I need 74. That's a reset. Lots of resets. I'm gonna end the stream when I'm done with Tails' campaign. So, yeah. Save Knuckles and Amy for tomorrow, as well as the final zone. The final zone, the extra zone. Oh yes, spring leads me to basically nowhere. Hold on, let me just check the map to see if there's actually a faster way of getting here. Is this seriously only one way I can get to this? Okay, there is only one way I can go. I failed that. I gotta check one at least. You know... Gotta be careful now. If I die, it's all the way back to the beginning of the level again. Not that it matters anyway. Can I please get this invincibility monitor, please? Can it please stop sniping me? Wait, hold on. Let me go this way. Not that way. That's just the way down back to the main route, so I don't want to go that way. Alright, attempt number 3. Hopefully this will be the last attempt. Nice technique. 112. Most I've got going into this section. I thought I dodged that, but clearly not. Okay, this is going badly. Don't. I can do it. That's it. That's Emerald 6. We land. That's the light blue emerald. 6 out of 7 emeralds. One more left, and it's the purple one. I gotta continue, that's good, I guess. Not that it matters really anyway. There's nothing up there. And I believe this just takes us straight to the fight against Metal Mecha Knuckles. Or at least close to it. Alright, let's do it. This fight's pretty easy anyway.
I thought for a minute I was dead. Get the ring! Okay. Alright, I made it. Might reset just to reset my life count. Get to Egg Rocket Zone. Reset. Let's start the level with a fresh stack of lives. And then continue. Zone 6, Act 1, Egg Rocket. Let's go. I don't need to worry about getting the spring in this level. It's just Cosmic Angel. Cosmic Angel's the next one I need to get. So I'll just casually play through this level. Egg Rocket's basically just vanilla. Through we go. Section 1 done. Is there an effect that I'm not gonna be... There's a good chance I'm gonna have to reset. There's a good chance I'm gonna have to reset when I get to Cosmic Angel, so that means I'm gonna lose all my lives anyway. I don't really think it's worth getting a bunch of lives. Surprise spring. I say it and I get myself another life. Why not? It's the other way, right? It's on the conveyor path, right? Yeah.
I make it up here with the... Just barely, nice. Alright, I can just fly over this anyway. Alright, section 2 done, section 3 time. Moving that way, going left. Alright, gravity flips, I forgot. I could have probably just flew up there from the first chance I got, but didn't think about that. Up we go. And that's Egg Rocket done. Now comes the time where I need to look for the special stage spring Cosmic Angel. So I'm gonna pause. Because I'm gonna need to take a very specific route to get there. Most of it's gonna require me to like fly over everything. There's a lot of branching pathways in this level as well, so it's a matter of remembering exactly what path to take. It's at the very top of the level, which is going to require a complex chain of light movements, so I guess best bet is just keep flying up. Time for Cosmic Angel now, anyway. Okay, let me just see if I can find out where it is exactly I went to just now. Alright, so I'm at the top route. Free Springs. Okay, so now I just need to go up the top route. Special Stage 7. Let's go. Get 100 rings. Alright, got through first section. Now I need to get 200 rings. This is badly. Let me guess, not enough rings. Reset. One minute 5 seconds, not bad. Let's try this again. Section 1's alright, I just need to figure out how to... How do I get that one bonus ring thing? Do I spin into it? No, that just damages me. I'm gonna look somebody up, like, doing this. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Wait, hold on. It's past this section. No, this section here. So he spins. I'm just gonna treat that as a trap. I can just take about a minute to get there. That's not too bad. Let's do this. The squares. Avoid. Alright, I'm up to 104. So I need 96. Avoid. That's a reset. I'm gonna be doing this level a lot. This is why I said I was gonna focus on not doing Amy tomorrow. Try this again. I tried flying, but for some reason it delayed the response. I know I could average about a minute. Too high.
That's gonna be a reset. Okay, so send me up there, alright. So that way is a viable strategy, maybe.
Alright, let's attempt this again. Squares. Avoid that.
$107. I missed it. So I need to make sure I don't get hit, and I need to also get that one trick ramp, or the trick ring thing. Okay, that was a bad idea.
56 seconds this time. Basically, just do everything I did before, except don't get hit, and make sure I get that trick ring. Squares. Drop underneath. $109, that's 91 left. Avoid. Wait. No! I got ahead at the last possible moment. Thankfully, I know my way around this level. Well, I know how to get to the special stage. Thankfully, I can just take this route and just... ...56 seconds again. Alright, so head to the middle. Avoid the trick ring. And then... $111. Got a little bit of leeway. I've done it! It's over! That's all 7 emeralds in Sonic Advance. Finally! It's done. God, that special stage was awful. I no longer have to play it again. Tails got a Chaos Emerald. Hold on. Tools. I'm gonna just pause for a minute. Actually, hold on, let me just... Pause. Okay, how do I... Alright, let me just see, just trying to figure out if there's a way to screenshot from here. Oh, there we go, that's how I do it. Just press screen capture. There we go, rogue snapshot. I now have all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Which means we can focus exclusively on just beating the game now. So let me just close that. I'm hoping to God it's the case that if I die and get a game over, it keeps my progress. Alright, for here, I think this is actually going to lead us straight to the final boss, right? Just gotta hope I get this first try. Okay, it's done! It's saved! Let's go! Tails Golf for Act 2. Cosmic Angel is done with. And now, X Zone. Tails makes the first phase a joke. Because, well, it's the first boss from Sonic 1. So of course it's a joke. Four hits on the Sonic 2 boss. And now we got the final boss. The Egg X. Checkpoint. 22 rings going into this. Just use the same exact strategy I used with Sonic. Send about half distance. Just... Why did I do that? Alright, the hand. I did it again. Alright, we're doing the hand again. I missed it. Come on, I can do this. Oh, we're doing the hand. It's done. Tails' story is completed. All the emeralds as well. Tails got through final. Tails is actually the only character I ever beat this game as a kid. Without the emeralds, but still. And instead of Tails saving, I said Sonic. I think Sonic saves everybody else in this ending. Or I think Sonic saves Amy at least. I don't know about Knuckles. And so we beat the game as Tails. Thankfully, the next two runs are going to be more casual, so I don't have to keep resetting every single time. I still can't skip. So, turbo mode. We'll save the credits for when it actually becomes the credits. Oh yeah, no Get All Chaos Emeralds prompt now. And with that, I'm going to be calling it for tonight. We've beaten Sonic and Tails' campaigns, and we've got all the emeralds as Tails. Next up, we're going to be doing a campaign as Knuckles the Echidna. See you guys then.